Thank you. Have a great day.
Welcome to the Route 38 base cash fare for $8.30.
What's poppin', people? It's Dante. Getting my morning started off here in Fairmount Park, Philadelphia. Headed to work, hopping off the bus, and what do I see? A bunch of dead trees. Man, the breeze, the wind, the conditions of winter are pretty rough. Actually, yesterday I was waiting for the bus and I saw a tree topple down right next to me. Pretty unexpected and spontaneous. I'm glad I wasn't standing in its way. Speaking of spontaneity, I think the beauty of life is the unpredictable, the unknown, the chaos, the entropy of it all. And perhaps a photographer is merely responsible for positioning themselves on the front lines of life, out there in the world, in embodied reality, moving and walking endlessly. And because of this, I believe it is our duty as photographers to always carry a camera with you. Currently, I have my Ricoh GR3X tucked away in my pocket, and it pretty much lives on this wrist strap here. You know, I wield my camera like a sword, striking through the heart of chaos, creating visual order and harmony on the front lines of everyday life. I find that the goal of a photographer is to merely respond to life, you know, to be in the moment and to photograph those moments that are fleeting. And our duty is to carry the camera, right? I feel as though the number one tip, the number one bit of advice to give to any photographer is to just always carry a camera with you. Now, this may not work for all people. Perhaps you like to work in a specific way, going to certain locations, you have a project in mind, but I highly recommend, despite this fact, you know, if that's you, to just carry it with you. Just always carry the camera. You know, the life that we live, no matter how mundane it may seem, you know, there's always something, you know, and I think that by having a camera on you, you're simply prepared. It's almost like wielding the sword, right? Preparing for battle. Like, you got to go out there in the world armed, right? And we arm ourselves with our cameras. We don't need a weapon. You know, my camera is my sword. And yeah, I find that the simple act of carrying a camera goes a long way, right? I mean, there's so many countless experiences I've had where I've been walking and, you know, I have the camera tucked away in my pocket, and then all of a sudden there's something going on and I'm in an event, and, you know, I wouldn't have planned that, you know. I don't really do much research when I go out there in the world. I remember during the Day of the Dead here in Philadelphia, I was walking along the perimeter of the city in the outskirts, and I do this walk to go and visit the Pho 75 here in Philadelphia. I love the Vietnamese beef pho, that bone broth. It's the best in the city. And I'll do a really long march all around the perimeter of the city and wind up there and have a bowl of pho on the weekends. However, on this particular day, there was this incredible festival. There was the Day of the Dead. There were so many people in the streets at the South Philadelphia markets. There were so many beautiful moments to photograph. There were, you know, great sort of pockets of light at the particular time I arrived. I mean, it really was a perfect sort of little event to stumble into as a street photographer. But yeah, like I said, I didn't plan for that. I didn't know that I would be at this event. I was just going to get a bowl of pho, right? I was just going out there, going for my little walk around the perimeter, and, you know, I'll snapshot my way through the perimeter and make pictures of landscapes and different things. But then I wound up at this bustling market with, you know, so much life and energy that was full of people. And, you know, the spontaneity of the street will always deliver. You just have to be prepared. You know, fortune favors the prepared mind, right? You need to go out there prepared. And so by having the camera, yeah, you're just setting yourself up for success each day. And I think that the ultimate way to think about photography for myself and my personal journey is it really does come down to repetition, and it's similar to that of weight training in the gym, right? You lift weights, you gain muscle. I find that photography, it's pretty much the same thing. The more that you use it, you know, the more that you're photographing and making pictures, the more that you will improve. You know, the more that you lift weights, the more your muscles will grow. It's very, very similar to this. And so for me, it's a daily ritual. You know, photography is like weight training, and I always hit the gym, right? That's something I need every day. Similar to photography, it's something I need every day. It's like the cup of espresso. I need that. I could go without it, but I love it, and I do need it every day. Well, let's just be real. I love waking up and having an espresso. I mean, but that's what photography is for me, and it's really important to have the camera on you. You never know what you're gonna find. You know, you just have to go out there, set your body in motion without any preconceived notions of what you will find. And you know, soon enough you'll be delivered with something. Soon enough you'll find something out there in the world, but you have to be out there and be prepared to find yourself in these situations to make a picture. And you know, this video is for the person who's out there in the Midwest, in the middle of nowhere. You know, this video is for the person in New York City who doesn't necessarily like photographing on the busy corners and streets, but prefers to be in the park. You know, this is for the people that are out there in India, you know, and they want to photograph their everyday life. These moments that we experience in our lives are worth championing and worth photographing and documenting, no matter where you may be. You know, this to me is the superpower of photography. It's giving the individual the opportunity to create something from nothing, from wherever you may be. It doesn't matter the location that you're in. You possess the ability to create something when you carry the camera. Without the camera, I don't know. But with the camera, life becomes like a dream, and everything isn't necessarily what it seems. So if you carry the camera with you, you'll start to perceive the world this way. You'll start to look at life and try to articulate things and make compositions and photograph moments and document your life, you know, and your journey through life. Just carry the camera with you. You know, there's countless experiences I've had where I am so glad that I've had a camera. And frankly, I haven't gone without a camera in my hand for over a decade now. And I think that's a testament to my dedication to the craft. And I find that if you're looking to improve, just carry it with you. Just keep shooting, produce more photos. There's so much failure, there's so much progression that you need to go through. You know, once in a blue moon you'll find something, but it's all worth it in the end when you have it prepared and always in your hand.